Hip-hop's certified Peter Pan, Aubrey Graham, also known as Drizzlecake, and Champagne Karen, now needs to call the manager on his own OVO crew to file a complaint over his favorite goon and super soaker, Top 5.
What's going on?
Now she don't want to talk.
She doesn't want to talk now.
While single-handedly destroying the OVO brand back home in Toronto, as Top 5 had a recent exchange on a live stream with hip-hop's favorite chipmunk, DJ Squirrel, and a very interesting influencer named Julian, and it appears that Julian and Verse 5 have 69 ties to their favorite lover boy, Drizzlepie, causing biracial Bieber to dry snitch on his own OVO crew by allegedly exposing Drizzlepie being behind the alleged shooting of the Weeknd's manager Cash XO's home alongside Top 5.
Tell the world how you're hiding from
the
Dubai.
world about how Drake pays you $3 million to shoot up the fucking Weeknd's house 4 weeks.
You're not credible. You're not.
You're laughing.
And to make matters worse, you now have Wack 100, who recently went on the No Jumper platform and spoke with porn star Adam 22 with a hard drive in his hand, which appears to have damaging information on Drizzlepie and Top 5, and letting all OVO members, including Top 5, lay low before Wack starts whacking out the hard drive. And you can pause if necessary. But outside of all the jokes, this is a pretty serious situation for Drizzlecake that I don't think he's prepared for. While he's about to go up against the biggest record label in the music industry and his daddy Lucien Grange, the last thing Drizzlecake needs is his bottom boy to be acting up because he can't back that ass up on Drizzlecake's stick. Because when it comes to the issues between Drizzlecake and The Weeknd, I truly don't believe that Drizzlecake understands the major backlash that he will receive in the long term back home in Canada. You know, with the crew making threats online, exposing potential criminal activity within the OVO crew that involves another artist that is loved and admired back home in Canada. And yes, you can go tell your friends about it.
Driving by the streets I used to walk through when I had no crib, I guess you call that shit a mirror.
Here is why Top 5 will destroy Drizzlepie's remaining support for his career back home in Canada, public backlash for attacking The Weeknd. Even though The Weeknd was put on by Drizzlecake and the OVOs early on in his career, it's clear that The Weeknd was destined for greatness with or without the OVOs. As early on in his career, he released his iconic mixtape House of Balloons in March of 2011, followed up with the Thursday Project and Echoes of Silence, which ended up forming the Trilogy compilation album by showcasing his dark and edgy R&B sound, as The Weeknd's sound is still very strong and prevalent in R&B music today. It's clear over time that Drizzlepie mishandled his friendship and relationship with The Weeknd by expecting him to bow down like Westside Connection and be another member of the OVO sweatshop. Drizzlecake never got over The Weeknd taking his XO imprint to Republic Records, forming his own label, and allowing him to be the superstar that he is today in pop and R&B. Instead of just being under the OVO sweatshop 12 years ago, giving hit after hit to Drizzlecake, same way that Party Next Door. And instead of being a man about it like Tony Braxton, Drizzlecake decides to be more petty like Nicki's husband, and taunt The Weeknd on and off for the last decade, musically and personally. Like The Weeknd's former girlfriend Bella Hadid, just to throw her some Chuck E. Cheese that steam party, but also with trying to discredit The Weeknd's contributions over the years to Drizzlecake's iconic Take Care album, where essentially The Weeknd helped Drizzlecake elevate his R&B and pop sound with that same album, and also helped make it the classic that it's considered to be today, without the contributions from The Weeknd to the Take Care album, which include Shop For Me, Practice, The Ride, and the iconic Crew Love. Drizzlecake would not have the same type of love for this classic album, as The Weeknd was a heavy influence in completing the Take Care album. Those same fans in Canada are probably rocking with The Weeknd and XO heavy, and him potentially performing with Kendrick Lamar when he pops out in Toronto on June 12th and June 13th. And what makes all of this more ironic, like Drizzlepie's blackface, is Drizzlepie still can't read the room. The Weeknd has created his own legacy after working with Drizzlepie, dropping Beauty Behind the Madness, Starboy, After Hours, with 2 of those albums going 6 times platinum in the United States, all without the help of Drizzlecake. It's probably more apparent that The Weeknd gets more love in his own city compared to Drizzlepie, and it's going to be like that for the foreseeable future. All eyes on UMG. UMG is preparing to have their first court date with Drizzlecake on December 20th, and it seems that Drizzlepie thinks he will have an actual chance to win for defamation claims against UMG, but more importantly, having his lawyer now file a RICO charge on UMG. like it's another feature for Meek Millie. The audacity for Mr. Cakes to allow his lawyers to file a RICO on UMG over claims that one song allegedly is boosted in sales by that same record label. His nasty behavior coming from Drizzlecake, the same artist that has benefited from the same tactics that his lawyer is claiming UMG is doing with Kendrick Lamar. Not an album, like Scorpion and Certified Lover Cake, but just for a song. All around the same time where you have Champagne Karen's #1 goon, Top 5, going online, making claims that he will hire other shooters to shoot the same people he is calling out, which includes Kendrick Lamar and a 20-year-old streamer who has some ties to OVO for some weird fucking reason. Does Drizzlecake not realize that a RICO is far more than having a record label do fraudulent activity with a song? Does Drizzlecake not realize that a RICO charge can also include your organization having a murder for hire plot, which Top 5 was exposed for allegedly being behind with the shooting of The Weeknd's manager? Are you there, Drizzle? Is everything okay over there? And of course, it's all alleged until we have 100% proof in regard to Top 5 and the OVHOs being involved with the Cash XO shooting. But after the unfortunate beef with Drizzlecake and XXXTentacion, up until his tragic passing in 2018, I always felt that Drizzlecake would exchange money in Louis bags to his OVHO birds in exchange for body bags in return.
SMS, triple X. That's the only time I ever shoot below the neck. I'm upset.
If you know, you know. In my humble opinion, I feel like UMG is starting to reveal the truth of X and what happened to him back in 2018. And I believe that UMG is watching Drizzlepie's OVHO crew destroy his reputation online and just collecting all this evidence against the OVHOs, just like it's tax day with Kendrick Lamar.
Hunting slid on a back street, heavy on the Parmesan, everyday tax season. What the fuck you wearing, bro? It's tacky.
And don't forget, everyone, The Weeknd is signed by Republic, the same record label that's owned by UMG. And Drizzlepie's daddy, Lucien Grange, who could essentially give a bigger budget to The Weeknd as if he needs that budget. But since Drizzlepie wants to call out the record labels for helping their artists with streams, radio play, like how he's been benefiting for over a decade now, I may be petty myself as a record executive and give Weeknd a bigger boost for his album if it were up to me, Lucien, just to further prove a point to Drizzlepie that he's not bigger than the music industry, let alone Michael Jackson. Who the fuck? My final thoughts. I know there's a small percentage of my listeners who want me to stop the bakery and no longer use the names Drizzle Cake or Drizzle Pie to describe hip-hop's biggest entertainer and sweetest pastry, but clearly Miss Drizzy is asking for it every single time that passes by. And I'm not a rapper, I don't mean to rhyme, but there should be no reason that Top 5 should be allowed to be the representative for all OVHOs online. Especially when Top 5 is out here making the OVO brand look worse than it already is, making his boss look like a war criminal instead of a war general like Drizzlecake proclaimed to be on the trash version of The Hard Part 6. I mean, it's bad out here for OVO. It proves to me that Drizzlecake is on a full crash out campaign. There should be no reason that Top 5 out of all the members from the OVO crew is allowed to go on a platform and speak outlandish when this is the same man that got released early from jail, went from bottom 5 to top 5, all thanks to Drizzlepie. And this is how you pay back your boss, the person that helped you get out of prison by hiring the best lawyer team in Toronto? Are you dumb? I mean, I'm not the biggest Remy Ma fan, but I feel like I gotta sheet through this entire OVO crew. What is going on? I mean, let's be real. What the fuck is Top 5 doing on a live stream with DJ Squirrel? If DJ Squirrel can't get Drizzlepie and his nuts on his own live stream, why would Top 5 think that's the place that Drizzlepie wants him to be at? Again,
are you dumb?
Enough, Drizzlepie. Call off your dogs already. Put them on a leash, spank their asses, and say no. Bad boy. Just like Diddy and his baby.
Who?
My bad. Also a perfect time for Drizzy to put on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers and do some self-therapy. I mean, stop disrespecting The Weeknd already and acknowledge the legacy that he helped you build with your own career and the legacy that he built for himself outside of the OVHO sweatshop. Every time you try to forget who Abel is,
I'll be right there to remind you again. You know me. Bye, bye.
and he's not one to be fucked with. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what your thoughts are on today's Drizzlecake video. I can continue going on and on like Erykah Badu with the bakery. I have so much content about this stuff, but I want to know what you guys are honestly feeling about the videos. Also, like, comment, and let me know what your thoughts are about the situation with OVO. Do you feel like myself that Drizzlecake needs to jump ship and hire a new team? It's all fucked up for Drizzlecake. Until next time, go be amazing and have an amazing day.